Promo code. Promo code.
All right, welcome back. This week's episode of the Promo Code Podcast with Jason Gillearn is brought to you by Rakes and Hose Gardening Services. So, do you own a home or are you a property manager? Well, if the answer to at least one of those questions is yes, and you're white, listen up. So, you've probably had some experience with gardeners. They do a good enough job, you don't think too much about it. Your lawn gets cut, the leaves get picked up, and at the end of every month, they come to the door with the receipt to get paid, right? Then you ask them, do they have Venmo yet? They stare at you blankly for a few seconds. Then you say, how about Zelle? Well, you might as well ask them, do they own a fucking gazelle, because they don't. So then you run and get your checkbook and write a check like it's 1995. In fact, that's the only reason you still order checks, is so you can write a fucking check to your gardener once a month. Now, if you had a sack, you'd be like, sorry, I don't write checks, so buy a real fucking phone and download the app. But you don't have a sack because you're probably a white ass filled with a lot of guilt. And look, I can say that because I'm right there. I mean, personally, we don't have gardeners anymore, but we used to. Our gardeners were Native American, and they were the nicest fucking guys, but they couldn't garden for shit. I mean, they were so bad at one point I thought they were just fucking with us. They would cut the grass too low so it would fucking die. Maybe so they didn't have to mow it, I don't know. Then they would literally mow over the flower bed and fertilize the sidewalk. The fuck? And the worst part is they would cut our bushes like these angular geometric fucking shapes that I've never seen before. Just straight. I mean, it just looked like shit, right? And I really didn't give a fuck, but it used to drive my wife crazy. So then she'd break my balls to ask them not to fucking do that. So I would ask them very nicely every time if they could just maybe like leave the bushes with like a more wild or natural look. In fact, one day I said to the dude, can you please, I'll pay you extra. Can you just please not cut the bushes like your Edward fucking Scissorhands? Well, I don't think they saw that movie because they just smiled and nodded, then came back the next week and did the same fucking thing. But maybe it was my fault ultimately because as a sign or show of respect, I would try to speak to them in their native tongue, which was Choctaw. I took 2 years of Choctaw in high school, but that was a fucking long time ago. So my pronunciation was probably horrible. And I used to get fucking blazed before going into that class, so I don't remember much. Anyway, the point is anyone else would have gotten rid of them a long time ago and brought in a different gardening crew that knew what they were doing. But not us. You know what we did? Every week when they were finished, we would go outside, hand them fucking Gatorades, stare at the disaster they just created and say, oh my God, it's beautiful. We love it. In Choctaw, no less. Yeah, we're Irish Catholics, so we have a lot of guilt. And I mean, look, am I going to fire these guys over some ugly bushes when their tribe was ethnically cleansed during the fucking Trail of Tears? No way. I mean, sure, our front yard looked like a Tim Burton movie, but at least we could live with ourselves. So yeah, we didn't fire them. We just moved and didn't tell them where the fuck we were going. They just showed up one day and we were gonzo. I still feel little pangs of guilt about that until I look at our beautiful flower bed. Made the right move. Anyway, the bottom line is this. You should hire Rakes and Hose Gardening Services. You'll feel better about the travesties your ancestors engaged in, and you'll sleep better at night because of it. And your yard will look fucking great because they do a fantastic job. Now, they're not Native Americans like my former gardeners. They're mostly African American. But I spoke with Kent, the owner, and he told me he does love Native American pussy, so there's some connection there. He tells me a lot more about his business in this doozy of an interview I did with him, and here it is. So thank you again, Kent, for fucking showing up, everybody. This is Kent Cunningham. And Kent, your story is pretty amazing. So basically, you started your business years ago. You got into the gardening business. Who actually got you into the gardening business? You told me you started with a lawnmower and a fucking leaf blower, and now you have this successful company like a lot of entrepreneurs. How did you even get started on this fucking thing?
How I got started in the business, first and foremost, was I was fucking this Mexican bitch out there in El Monte and shit. And we broke up. And when I break up, you know, I steal shit. I take shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm leaving the relationship with something. So, you know, when we broke up, she kicked me out the house. I stuck my ass right up in here. I snuck my ass right up in her little daddy's truck and shit. And I fucking took a leaf blower and shit. I took a leaf blower. I took a rake. I took a hoe, and I took one of them little edges that you edge up the tall ass grass with.
Incredible. So a lot of you'd be surprised how many businesses start this way. So a lot of businesses maybe get a loan. You did something different. You lifted it, and you know what? He probably has a few extra fucking leaf blowers. No harm, no foul. He's going to survive, and you started your fucking business that way. That's fascinating.
You know, I was actually going to sell them motherfucking tools and shit like that. You know, I was going to actually sell the tools, but then I told my sister said, why are you going to sell the tools when you could just actually start your own business? And I said, bitch, I ain't no motherfucking Mexican. I'm a nigga. I go to the motherfucking pawn shops and shit, and I fucking pawn this shit. And then she said, well, hey, listen. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could actually make more money just by starting your own business. I said, well, I don't fucking do gardening work. And then she said, well, I know some niggas that do gardening work. And then I said, well, go get them motherfuckers, because I ain't doing not a motherfucking thing.
Incredible. This is all incredible. Now, initially, you did hire only Black people to work for you. So then you're doing okay with your fucking business. I think you told me you're gaining, you know, pretty good share of the market around where you live. And then the George Floyd thing happens last year with the Black Lives Matter thing happens. And around the same time, this is phenomenal. Like your business brain, you see a picture or a video on YouTube of, well, first of all, there's a lot of white guilt going around. A lot of white guilt and probably for good fucking reason. And you see a video of a lot of white people on YouTube washing the feet of Black people, asking for forgiveness for what their ancestors did, and then you get this idea to set up shop downtown to get your own feet washed. And then while you're there, you know, all these fucking white guilted assholes are there washing your feet. And then you ask them, do they need a gardener? And then you sign them up right there. So talk to me a little bit about that.
I mean, that's a little bit of the story, kind of, sort of. So you know, the whole George Floyd thing happened, and I did go down there, you know, and I did say, hey, and I was actually the first person that started that shit. And I said, hey, well, if you motherfuckers feel so bad, won't you niggas suck my dick? You know what I'm saying? The white people. I said, hey, won't you white motherfuckers suck my dick? And, you know, and they said, well, you know, we ain't gonna suck your dick and nothing like that, but we will wash your motherfucking feet.
You go down there to get some head. You don't get head, but at least you're like, let me get my feet washed. So basically, they're down there, they're washing your feet, and you ask them, do they own a house? They say yes. And then you tell them you have a gardening service and you want them to hire your gardening service. And they fucking do. There's a line out the fucking, you know, there's a line up the street, and your business booms fucking 3,000%. And you have all this demand that creates stress on the business. How did you find all these Black dudes to hire? Were they friends, family, college graduates, former inmates? Who? Like what? How the fuck did you get them? How did you hire them? How did you train them to keep up with the demand that your business had?
Well, you know, I just went on down to places that Black people hang out. You know what I'm saying? So you know, I went on down there to Magic Johnson Park and shit like that, and I saw A bunch of them niggas over there, you know what I'm saying, shooting dice and all that stuff. I said, well, why don't you niggas put them damn dice down and come make some motherfucking real money? You know what I'm saying? And they
incredible,
said,
incredible.
Yeah.
Then there's the thing that you have to train them because this is your business. I mean, not that it's not really easy work. You got to know what the fuck you're doing. So how did you train all these people you met at the park?
Well, I said, hey, do you niggas? I didn't really. You think that you have to fucking train somebody to fucking cut some damn grass and shit like that? But it ain't that hard. I said, hey, take this motherfucking lawnmower, push it back, push it forward, push it back, push it forward, push it back, then push it forward, and then you're fucking done and shit. And a lot of the motherfuckers, like I told you earlier, a lot of the motherfuckers start trying to take breaks and shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is about niggas always. They value the break more than they value the goddamn work and shit. Well,
then that's a lot of problem with business owners finding good fucking people. So let me ask you. So when you hired all these black workers, could you hire mulattoes, 1/16 black? Could you throw a token white guy in there if he fucking worked his ass off and cut the grass like a motherfucker? Or is it solely black dudes?
Listen, it don't matter what the fuck the color is. It don't matter what the fuck the color is. You coming to work for me, you coming to motherfucking work for me. All right. I don't give a fuck if you was a goddamn albino motherfucking with shit. Just come on down there and motherfucking work. That's all I give a fuck about. I don't care about the damn color.
I love it. Now, on the surface, it seems like a social justice business. Do any percentage of your profits go to the Black Lives Matter movement, or are you pocketing all the cash, or what's going on there?
All of that shit go to me. That shit go to me. God damn it! I'm the one who took the risk to fuck that bitch and get my motherfucking heart broken, and I took the whole risk of stealing and all that, and I was a motherfucker. No, fuck that. This is my motherfucking money. How I'm gonna live if I'm over here giving out all my motherfucking money that I motherfucking make?
I think that's a great lesson for people out there who want to turn to socialism or whatever. They just don't understand that a lot of business owners have a story where they worked very hard like you to get where they are, and they want to keep their fucking money.
Yeah, it's my motherfucking money. I earned the motherfucking money. Didn't nobody else earn the motherfucking money but me. Shit. So what the fuck? You think I'm gonna be one of them niggas out there giving all my goddamn money to charity for a motherfucking tax break? I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. This is my goddamn money. I keep the fucking money. I pay you what I told you I was gonna pay you. But then after that, I keep the motherfucking money. I'm going to Cancun next week, and that's gonna be fucking amazing. And and you know what? If I can find some workers out there who want to come work for me, goddammit, then that's cool too. But I will be on vacation next week with the money that I motherfucking made from Rakes and Hoes.
I get it. Make the money, keep them. So you sound like a Republican to me.
A Republican?
Well, that's where Republicans are pro-business. They are low fucking taxes. Let the business owners keep their fucking money. You sound like one. You're into money and business, and that's fucking it. I respect.
Yeah, fuck that. You talking about I'm a Republican, I'm a Democrat, motherfucker. I don't even goddamn vote. I can't vote, motherfucker. I'm a goddamn criminal. Shit, so I ain't none of that shit. I'm a reformed criminal. So I ain't none of that shit. I'm just a nigga who like to motherfucking make his money and go to Cancun and take trips and shit with my new Mexican bitch. Or I think she's Mexican. I don't know if she smell like one. Goddamn it, I tell you that goddamn for sure. But you know what I'm saying? It's like I don't get involved in politics. They got nothing to do with politics. Got something to do with me making my money and getting my damn
You're a fucking American, and you like your money, and there's nothing wrong with that. So let me ask you, bro. Who are your favorite people to work for? So you've worked for primarily white families with a lot of fucking guilt, but some black families hire you too, some Hispanic families and Asian families. Who is your favorite race of people, basically, to work for?
Yeah, I would say I have to say black people and I guess it would have to be just black people because when you go to black people's houses, you go to cut their motherfucking grass. Half the time, if you ever seen a black person's front yard and shit, a lot of that shit just be dirt. It just be dirt and they got a little patch of grass and they got a little patch of grass in the fucking front and shit like that. So you know what? Wait, hold on now. So it ain't that much work. You know what I'm saying? It's just a short clip, and then we can just fucking go home.
So it has nothing to do with the people themselves. You just like the fact that the black families that you in particular hired you had dirt on their lawns, and it was an easy gig, and then you just fucking hang out.
Yeah, because he has, it's most of it is dirt, but they have little patches of grass, and all we have to do is cut that little package. Have to cut that little patch of grass, and so the nigga, because sometimes I get tired of my nigga ass workers be complaining about how much, like you go over these motherfucking Jews' house, or you go over these motherfucking white people house, they got these big ass motherfucking lawns and shit. My niggas don't want to be out there fucking working out in the motherfucking field and shit all goddamn day, so they can come over here to a fucking black family house, cut a little piece of grass and shit, and make their motherfucking money, and then they take their ass home.
Yeah, they're not getting paid on commission. It's not on commission. It's like you get one job, it's a flat fucking rate. So I would do the same. I would want the same shit.
Hell, motherfucker, yeah.
Incredible. Now, Kent Cunningham, you sound like a blue blood Protestant rich white asshole from like the East Coast. Where'd you get that name, Kent Cunningham? I love it.
Oh, no. I'm a nigga from New Orleans. I'm a nigga from
See.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I love your name, and I love New Orleans, and I love you, Kent, because this has been a fucking incredible interview, and you're brutally fucking honest, and I appreciate that, and I think your clients do as well, along with the great job you fucking do. Well, this is your last pitch to the people, right? I'm going to put this interview up, and your business will be heard by a lot of people. So what is your one pitch to white people, to black people, to Asians, anyone? What are you going to do for these fucking families that hire you to do their mow and blow, their lawn, landscaping? You do it all. So what's your pitch to these people to have your workers and you come and make their fucking house really nice?
Everybody love rakes, everybody love hoes, and everybody knows Kent Cunningham cut grass good.
There you go. Kent Cunningham cuts grass good. All right. How about that? Incredible convo. I think Kent was hitting that fucking ripple towards the end of the interview. Love that fucking guy. All right. Go to Kent's website, the Rakes and Hose website, type in the promo code Black Power, and you're going to get one. If you sign up for a full mow and blow service, you're going to get one free hoe. Okay. You're going to get a free hoe. He wasn't specific on that, but I think you know what we're talking about. That's the best fucking deal in town. I might sign up myself. All right, that's it. Please rate, subscribe, and review. Leave a review. Love those. And if you laughed, donate. This shit ain't free. And thank you always for listening to the Promo Code Podcast with Jason Gillearn.